Hello everyone, this is Phantom here, and today I have yet another Marvel X Reader story. So, I had recently gotten a request from Coco the Wolf, who had requested for a Tony Stark X Reader story on my Wattpad, and I was more than happy to oblige. So, please keep in mind that this story revolves around a little bit of flirting. It's really different and everything. It's basically a shy redirect story, and of course, as you can tell by the title, the story it is called Shyness. So why don't I go ahead and get started? Tony was busy tinkering with yet another Iron Man suit when a knock broke him out of his work trance. Jarvis opened the door. Yes, sir, the AI responded, and the doors opened to reveal Pepper with a woman. That woman was you. You both stepped inside and you both began walking towards Tony. As you took each step towards him, you felt your heart race more and more. Today was the start of your new job as Tony Stark's brand new assistant. Since him and Pepper broke it off, the job for assistant was up for grabs, and you were the first to snag an interview. Tony's back was facing you as he was tinkering with the screen in front of a small row of Iron Man suits. He then turned around and saw you there with Pepper. Hello. You're that girl who wanted the assistant job, right? He said as he pointed to you. Yes, sir. I'm your last name. You then extended your hand to him, expecting him to shake it. Instead, he took your hand and kissed you on your knuckles. Your face went 1,000 degrees within seconds, and Tony saw that. He chuckled and looked at Pepper. I think she'll be perfect for the job. He then looked to you and smirked. Congrats, you get to work for me and my awesome self. He giggled at his comment, and Pepper congratulated you. She then left the lab to go take care of a few last things. You cleared your throat and spoke in a quiet tone. So, sir, is there anything you'd like me to do? Yeah, me, he joked, and he blushed again. You then looked over at some blueprints for an improved arc reactor. You noticed some of the calculations were off. You looked up at Tony and saw him working on a tablet. You took a deep breath. Sir, I noticed that. Oh, you don't have to call me sir. Just call me Tony, he says as he looked over at you with a smile. Okay, Tony, you said timidly. I noticed some of the calculations on this new arc reactor are a little wrong. He looked back up at you with shock in his eyes. You probably would have giggled at his face. Yet you thought you had said something wrong. I'm not trying to be rude. I just thought you could maybe use some help, you said as you looked off to the side. Tony chuckled and walked over to you. I hadn't figured you for the geeky type. Guess for once I was wrong. He said more to himself than you. Really? What type did you think I was? I figured that was obvious. I thought you were the quiet type that had a hard time talking to people. Well, it's because I have social anxiety. So that basically means I hate myself and think everyone hates me too, he said meekly. You never really told a boss or a coworker about your anxiety, so it felt weird to let the one and only Tony Stark know about it. Like many other people, you felt too nervous to tell anyone about your problem, mainly because you figured no one would care. Aw, I don't think that's true. Why would you hate yourself? He said as he lifted your chin up for you to look at him. You blushed madly and Tony just smirked. See? That's what I'm talking about. You look so cute when you blush. You cleared your throat and looked at the blueprints again. You took a pencil and began correcting some of the mistakes when Tony wrapped his arms around your waist and rested his head on your shoulder. You felt your heart race and your face flushed once again. Tony chuckled at how you were as stiff as a statue. He then turned you around and you landed into his chest. You could feel the coolness of his arc reactor against your ear. You slowly looked up at him and he had that trademark smile on his face. Your name, relax. I'm not going to kill you. You didn't know what to say, so you just simply nodded. He chuckled and let you go. How about you get us some coffee? I could use a break anyway. He winked at you. And now for a time skip. It has been over a month since you started working for Tony, and things have been pretty interesting. Tony would constantly touch and flirt with you when you least expected it. Normally, with any other guy, you would have told him to stop at this point, but this was Tony Stark after all. He would love to do that just to get a reaction out of you, and besides, you kind of honestly liked the attention he was giving you. Most of the time, guys would never approach you like this, and they never cared enough to help you with your anxiety. But Tony was surprisingly different. You weren't quite sure how to describe it, but he was bold yet gentle with you all the time. He would do his best to keep and to get you to be more social, and he would always try to tell you at least once a day how cute you are or something along those lines. The only thing stopping you from asking him out on a date was your fear that he was only doing all of this for the sake to get you into bed. You were worried he didn't care about you as a person and just wanted to sleep with you and dispose of you like a tissue. The mere thought made you feel like crying out of every pore, but you always held yourself strong and kept it and such to keep him from suspecting anything. You were walking towards the lab with 2 cups of coffee, one for you and one for Tony, as per your traditional coffee meeting. You two always got coffee together and would simply just talk about random things until it was time to head back to work. You walked into the lab and saw Tony there, working as usual. You cleared your throat in order to get his attention, and he looked up and smiled at you. Hey, your name? You ready for break? For some reason, your throat closed up and you just nodded. Tony just thought that it was just you being your normal quiet self. So I grabbed his coffee out of your hand and you both walked to the break room on that floor. Once you both got there, you took your normal seats at a small booth and Tony began babbling about his work and what he was doing for that particular day. You found it really hard to pay attention, but you tried your best. At one point, you were just staring off into space with a sad look on your face. Tony noticed this and he said your name. Your name? You didn't hear him. Your name. Nothing yet. Your name, he yelled out, and you jumped out of your seat. When you jumped, your coffee spilled all over Tony's shirt. Luckily, it dodged the arc reactor, so he was fine. You gasped and quickly grabbed some tissues and began wiping down Tony's shirt while frantically apologizing over and over again. He grabbed your hands and ordered in an effort to make you stop. And it worked. You looked up at him with glossy eyes and he had a genuine look of concern on his face. Your name. What's wrong? He remained silent for a few seconds before looking away. Sir? I mean Tony? Did you really flirt with me because you like me, or is it because you just want me to get into your bed? He said with little to no emotion in your voice. Tony was certainly taken aback by this question, but then again, it made sense to him on why you were skeptical. He was always flirting with many different women, and you thought you were just a number to him, not a person. He grabbed your chin and made you look up. Your name, I love you. I love everything about you. Your cute face when you blush. I love your quirks and how you overthink things. I love how you know and understand my work more than anyone else. You aren't just another girl to me. Those girls always throw themselves at me, but you're different. You treat me like a person and not like a celebrity. That's why I do the things I do. Because I love you. You, in a bold movement, shoved your lips into his and kissed him with all of the passion in your heart. Tony soon relaxed and rested his hands on your waist, and you both kissed what felt like forever. And guess what? Neither of you cared one bit. It all was perfect. The end. So the thing is that the ending of the story might seem a little bit rushed, only because of the fact that when I was writing the story, I was finishing it up during school and everything at lunch, and the bell was going to ring, so I kind of had to hurry with it. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. And the next video will probably be a Peter Parker X-Rated story, or something along those lines. Anyway, guys, this is Phantom Raider, and I'll be seeing you all very soon. Bye-bye.